So children, in the last classes we have discussed about the basics of array. In the very first class we have discussed about the definition and the different types of arrays that we have. And in the last class we have discussed about the different kinds of initialization that we can do with the array values, right? That means what? Providing the value to the array elements using the index number, but sometimes it was through the scanner class, sometimes it was through the any other method. Now today also we will be discussing one more property. In the earlier class also I have discussed with you one of the property of arrays, that is out of bound indices. So over there we have discussed that if the number of elements in the array is more than, or we are expecting, we are just trying to access a value that is an index number which is not available in the array. In that case the out of bound indices error occurs. Now in this class we will discuss about finding the length of the array. Now the question arises that what do you mean by the length of the array? So it means the number of elements that are present in the array will be the length of the array. Like suppose if I have an array that is int a, and in that we have 2, 3 and 4, 3 elements are there. So when I will say that we have to find the length of the array, in that case what you will do, you will simply write down the statement a dot length. So a dot length will do what? It will count the number of elements in this array. Now how many number of elements are there in this array? 1, 2 and 3. 3 number of elements are there. So if you will write a dot length, what will be the return value? The return value will be 3 over here. Okay. Now this was the basic concept about finding the length of the array. Now we will be discussing a program in which what we will be doing, that we will be finding the length of the array. That will be the first thing to do, and then we will be printing all the characters that are there in the word, that is computer. Alright, so first we have declared a class over here, and then we have written a main function over here. After writing the main function, the next thing we are doing, that we are taking a character array in which we are storing the different characters that are available in the word computer. So as you know about the character, that if a term or if a symbol is enclosed between a single double quote, that is known as your character, right? That's why you can see over here that I have written C in the single inverted comma, O in the double inverted single inverted comma, M in the single inverted comma. In the similar way, I have written all the elements or all the words that are present in the computer world. Okay, so COMPUTER. Okay, once we have initialized the value of this character or this scarce data type, what is the next thing to do? Next thing is to find the length. Okay, now to find the length, we have written this statement system.out.println, and over here I have written array length is, and then after the concatenation operator we have written chars.length. So chars.length will do what? It will be counting the number of elements present in the array. So count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Some of you would have a question that sir, if the indexing starts with 0, what in that case if the number of elements are how much? 7 minus 0 will be 7 only. But over here I have told you that if you have to find the length of the array, then you have to count the number of element. It doesn't depend upon the index number, right? So simply count the number of elements and you are able to find the length of the array. Now when we have written in chars dot length, so in this case what will be returned? In the output it will be returned array length is 8. Why it is 8? Because the number of characters over here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So once we have calculated this, what we have to do now, that we have to print all the elements of this array. So in that case what you will be doing, that you will be taking a for loop, and this for loop starts with I equal to 0. Now that we have to print the index number, we have to print the values at the different indices in the array. We will be using the value of I, or the first value, that is equal to 0 over here, because the indexing of array starts with 0, right? So after this, the condition over here is char dot length. So this condition will be checked for 0 less than 8. This condition will be right, and when this condition will be right, what we will do, that if the condition is right, we will execute the statement over here by writing system.out.println char of, it will be chars 0, right? So on the 0th index, you can see on the 0th index you have a character, that is C. Alright, so C will be printed over here. In the similar way, the thing will happen for the other values, where the value of I will be getting updated every time, and the value will be getting printed like this, because we have used println over here. So if the statement is executed, the line will be changed. Sorry. Line will be changed over here. So in this way you can find the length of the array. So that's it in this video.